What is Black history? That's something that you all need to think about. What is Black history to you? What does it mean to you? How does it define you? How does it shape you? How does it mold you? History is so important to us. As we know, they are always trying to erase our history. They're always trying to show us that we were nothing. We were nothing but slaves. But we were more than slaves. We were powerful people. We were kings. We were queens. We were conquerors. We ruled the world once upon a time. Think about these things. All y'all scholars are a part of history right now. Your decisions you make in life will shape you. Be something great. Our first act of today will be our Parker cheerleaders. Give yourselves a round of applause. They work hard. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get a little louder, man. A little louder, because they work hard. Let's go. All my cheerleaders out there.
Good morning, everyone. We chose the song, "The World is a Rainbow," because as African Americans, we recognize that we don't live in the world alone. We live with others, different kinds of people. We wanted to celebrate the loving and forgiveness that African Americans often exhibit. There was a gentleman named Rodney King, before your time, most of you. and he was beaten to within an inch of his life. It sparked riots over the country, but Mr. King asked the question, can we all get along? As we celebrate the love, kindness, and forgiveness of African Americans, I would be remiss if I didn't remind you that we need more Black on Black love as well. Just turn to a neighbor close to you and say, I love you. Thank you. So, without further ado, excuse me, we'll sing our song.
My age, I can't really see the whole my eyes and glasses. But Chicago Music Award, ladies and gentlemen, the king of poetry, Blaq.
my story about Gustavo and how he found Chicago. I am the father of Chicago. My name is Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. I come from a royal bloodline. My ancestors were kings, queens, and prophets. From Israelite to African, Haitian slave. Life for my people were very modest. My grandparents landed on the shores of Saint Domingue by way of slave ships. They gave birth to my mom, who gave birth to me around 1746. My father, Point du Sable, was a Frenchman. My mother, Susanna, a slave lady. My people were slaves under the French when Saint Domingue became Haiti. But thanks to a 13-year revolt and war led by Toussaint Louverture, Haiti would gain its independence in 1804, but I digress. I soon would leave the only home I knew. I was a skilled mariner who traveled the seas by way of ships. From my father, I learned the way of politics and sailed from Haiti to New Orleans around 1766. There, I became friends with some of the native tribes. They taught me the ways of the land, how to develop and farm it, and how to get by. And when fighting among native tribes began to increase, I became a peacemaker. Blessed are the peacemakers, for I kept the peace. And among the native tribes, I met a beautiful girl named Kitty Hawa, and she became my wife. She gave birth to Jean Jr. in 1773, and a daughter, Susanna, who I named after my mom who died. She was born 2 years later in 1775. Shortly thereafter, I was approached by the British to fight, but I refused to fight in the Revolutionary War because my God has something much more greater for me in store. I would take my family and leave New Orleans to settle in an unsettled land to build something new. A place with no slaves, not ruled by any foreign power. This place was called East Chicago. Somebody say East Chicago.
East Chicago.
Oh, and in case you didn't know, East Chicago later became known as Chicago. I developed a successful trade post there. Developed over 800 acres of swampland. I was a skilled interpreter, skilled in English, Spanish, Haitian, and many of the native languages. The Europeans would travel to my trade posts to buy their fur. So when you gaze upon the Chicago River, see me. When you travel down DuSable Lakeshore Drive, see the harbors and that beautiful skyline, see me. I am the father of Chicago. My name is Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable.